Good afternoon. Got to get that mic over here. Good afternoon, traders. 10 seconds here. I'm still plugging in. Hope you all are having a fantastic day. I am. I just found this shirt I am so stoked about. Check this out. It is a... Wait, which side is this? Yeah, look at this. It's a little Texas pattern all over it. Oh, man. If you're not from the great state of Texas, I feel bad for you. There's an old song that says, you can all go to heaven and I'll go to Texas or something like that. So, yeah, I fully live that life. So, how are y'all doing today? Happy Wednesday. How's it going? Randy's here. Dave is here. Brian's here. Nice shirt. I appreciate that. So I just found this video. I want to chat on it real quick. Share my screen. All right. So Elon and Trump had a long conversation the other night. Hey, Goran, good to see you. It's been a while, buddy. And hey, Michael, glad you're here. So Elon and Trump had a long conversation the other night. I'm an Elon fan and a Trump fan and a Tesla fan. Leave your hate comments below. But Elon says, if we are in deep trouble if Trump loses. Now, I got to tell you, I don't know where we stand as far as polls go. But man, I can't imagine Trump having the record he did, having the agenda that he has, having the support that he had behind him, having that incredible fight picture, going up against the second in command for the last 3.5 years. I mean, honestly, one does not even compare the two. Brian says, is that the shirt they give you? Is that the shirt they are giving people when they illegally cross the border? I guess so. Welcome to Texas. Here's a sweet shirt. Let's see what they have to say.
Sat down for an extended interview last night, and he went hard after Vice President Kamala Harris on the issues.
She is considered more liberal by far than Bernie Sanders. She's a radical left lunatic. She's saying she was strong on the border, and we're going to be strong. Well, she doesn't have to say it. She could close it up right now. The election.
That's what I've been saying. Oh my gosh. Finally. Yes. All of these campaign promises that she's making, she can do right now. She can bring down inflation right now. She can bring down grocery prices right now. She can close the border right now. Why do we have to wait? I had a conversation. So we had an internal OVTLYR conversation this morning with Mahesh and Mark and Ferdinand. And I mean, what I was saying was basically, oh no, it was no, it wasn't with them. I was doing some consulting with a credit union in Louisiana this morning. That's who it was. This is the exact conversation I had with them is, listen, if she can do all these things, she should do them now. If she did them now, the vote flood would be astronomical. If she could go into her computer, click that button, and then all the prices of everything goes down. Do you know how many votes she would get? If she could click that button and close the border, do you know how many votes she would get? But she can't do that. She's just got to run on promises. Brian says, all of that, and yet he's squabbling about the size of people attending her rallies. Michael, glad you're here. Dang it, was waiting on the wrong episode. Well, my friend, you made it to the right place. Michael, you need to come every day to the right episode. Glad you're here, bud. Let's see what else Trump had to say here.
Coming up, and the people want to hear about the economy and the fact that they can't buy groceries because they don't have enough money to buy groceries. And this stupid administration allowed this to happen.
The Harris campaign responded this way, a statement. Trump's entire campaign is in service of people like Elon Musk and himself. Self-obsessed rich guys who will sell out the middle class and who cannot run a live stream in the year 2024.
Okay, give me a break here. So this lady who literally didn't do a damn thing over the last 3.5 years, hiding behind everything she can possibly hide behind, is trying to say that they can't run a live stream. They can't run a live stream. I'm sure that's exactly how she responded. Dude, present anything, please, Mrs. Harris. Let us know. What are your policies that are going to be better than his, other than the ones you're copying, like no tax on tips?
All right, this is a woman who woman-splained artificial intelligence has 2 letters, but okay. Brian Yennis has more. Brian.
Harris, at its peak, about 1.3 million people were listening in as former President Trump and Elon Musk spoke for more than 2 hours yesterday in an audio conversation on X.
By the way, did any of y'all listen to that? I gave up on Twitter a while ago. Whenever you see posts on Twitter, it's not actually me saying it. It's our team under my face because it got really too toxic. And I found myself just going through all these toxic rabbit holes. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
But it was marred by technical glitches that delayed the event by more than 40 minutes. Users who tried to join the X Spaces convo were met with messages that said, quote, "This space is unavailable." On X, Musk claimed the glitches were due to a cyber attack, writing, quote, "There appears to be a massive DDoS attack on X, working on shutting it down." A DDoS, or distributed denial of service attack, is a federal crime. It involves flooding a site with data and knocking it offline. An attack has not been independently verified, and critics are skeptical given the rest of X appear to be operating normally, and because people remember the technical problems that riddled that X space conversation last year when Florida Governor Ron DeSantis launched his presidential campaign on the platform. Nonetheless, once the conversation started, Trump and Musk spoke about the assassination attempt, fossil fuels, and illegal immigration.
Just cannot have a situation where our police officers are beaten up on camera by a gang of illegal immigrants, and then nothing happens to the guys that beat up the cops. I mean, and they're let out. This is unacceptable.
Well, we're going to change it, and we're going to get them out of the country.
There's a lack of empathy for the victims of the criminals, and too much empathy for the criminals.
Musk, who is
oh yeah, how many times have we seen these woke DAs, these woke cities, these woke states who are literally setting the criminals free, right away, versus trying to find a way to blame the victim. And you could go to what's happening in Britain right now. Speaking of, a couple days ago, I made a whole video about the fact that Britain has completely fallen, like their complete censorship of what's going on over there. And I woke up this morning and I saw some news that said the British government is going to try to go after U.S. citizens with those opinions. And I'm like, well, good thing I live in America when we have freedom of speech here. Because could you imagine trying to police the world? Like you people, you've got so many problems going on at home. You need to quit looking at the internet and focus on the real problems at hand, okay? Don't bring me and other people into it over here in the United States of America, the greatest country in the world, when you got your own problems to deal with, all right? Brian says, that's Elon's X, all toxic like that. Why didn't they use Trump's social media platform? That is a great question. I'm sure the investors in Trump's platforms were not very happy about it. In fact, let's go look at the stock price. I honestly didn't even think about that till right now. So DJT, not looking so good. But today it's down a smidge. It's down 67 basis points, but that is not a very positive trend. I'll put it that way.
Funding and leading a super PAC to get Trump elected explained why he's endorsing the former president.
I call myself historically a moderate Democrat. So this is to people out there who are in the moderate camp to say, I think you should support Donald Trump for president. And I think it's actually a very important junction in the road, and we're in deep trouble if it goes the other way.
And Harris, back to you.
All right, Brian, thank you very much. The Harris campaign, as we were just talking about, has been mocking that technical glitch that Brian was reporting on. It delayed last night's 2-hour Trump
23 days. 23 days without taking any questions. Future president of the United States of America. I think I've done more interviews in 23 days than she has.
Interview by more than 40 minutes. And pretty rich for a candidate who's been running for 23 days to have her campaign going after him. And she still has not sat down for a formal interview or even held a press conference, which leaves the Trump campaign surrogates trying to explain.
I understand why the media wants to be able to ask questions. That is your job, and certainly we respect that. I'm on here answering your questions, and I'm sure when the time is right that Vice President Harris will sit down and answer all the questions that she needs.
And that was a mistake.
When is the time going to be right?
By the way, obviously, those are Kamala Harris's surrogates trying to explain it all, and you saw that. Our chyrons on screen were right. Trump's not buying any of it, and he said this to Elon Musk last night.
She hasn't done an interview since this whole scam started. It's nice to have a forum like this where I can discuss something at length. And by the way, you think Biden could do this interview? Do you think that Kamala could do this interview? They would take a pass. It's pretty sad when you think that somebody that does this for a living can't answer a question or is afraid to do an interview.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno.
Yeah, it is sad. It's unbelievably sad to see the state that we're in. But you know, Twitter had those issues with the spaces getting started late, right? Maybe they should have used Juniper networks. How do you like that transition? I did a decent one today. I planned that one out. Maybe they should have been using Juniper networks, right? Now, Juniper networks has been decently flat over the last few months or so. If you look at it from this perspective, it's been really flat. But one thing that definitely is not flat is the returns from OVTLYR. 71% following the buy and sell signals inside of OVTLYR for Juniper network. So put that on your radar. It got a buy signal today. Now with that out of the way, let's jump right into our market analysis and see what else has got buy signals. All right, welcome to the OVTLYR trading room. This is smart trading made simple. Save time, make money, start winning with less risk. Now that is what I like to call profit hacking. Now you can get the playbook over at profithackingplaybook.com or inside of our Discord in the VIP Investors Toolkit area. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Christopher Uhl. I've twice been awarded top 100 people in finance. I've been successfully trading since 2009, and I am a partner with OVTLYR, and this is my style of trading using the OVTLYR data. Now, I call it the golden ticket trading strategy, the 8 steps to turn profit hacking into pure gold. Hey, do me a favor real quick. Be sure you hit the subscribe button, especially you, Michael. So you make sure you go to the right video because we go live every single day. So the golden ticket trading strategy has the master key. Now, the master key has 3 key components here, and it has actually kept me out of the market for practically a month at this point, but I definitely see getting back in on the horizon. So it starts with the SPY signal, the S&P 500 signal. What do we have for that? We still have a buy signal. On July 11th, we got a buy signal on the SPY. Now, I mentioned that I felt like that buy signal was reminiscent of the one that happened in October, where the market actually sold off and then came back really strong after that. We're almost seeing a playbook of that exact same thing, right? And you can go back to every single one of these days, and I said, watch for a face ripping rally, right? Ba-bam. Now we're up nearly 7% from the lows. Now, I didn't put my money on this because that's not how I trade. I trade systematically, and I like to trade with all the data in my favor. Now, we do have that buy signal, but we don't quite have the moving averages crossed over. I'm subscribed, bro. Very good. We don't have the moving averages crossed over just yet. I need to see the 10 over the 20 with price over the 50. Price is over the 50. So this is almost the last holdout that I need to see to start going long again. And my thesis is now going long, right? I really think that this was an overreaction over the last couple of weeks. And honestly, we're back to where we were at the beginning of August, right? 2 weeks of destruction wiped off in the span of 2 weeks, right? Now, we might be looking up here in the next few days. I'm not saying it's going to rip higher. Of course, it could definitely go sideways. But right now, my base case is bullish. And where else do I look at that for? The market breadth. So today, we have 32 new on the bull list and only 7 new on the bear list. Now, that factors into our market breadth here. And if we go to the market breadth, let me scroll over, we can see the market breadth has turned. This is what I was saying. I think it had reached a bottom and was starting to turn. Now, the market breadth is super cyclical, as you can see here. So we're about to have the moving averages on the charts, the buy signal on the SPY, and the market breadth crossover here. Now, the only last thing that I would need is the sector breadth on the individual stocks that we pick. So I won't be trading today, but it looks very likely. Maybe Friday. Today's Wednesday. Maybe Friday, maybe Monday or Tuesday. This might all plan out and we're back at it, getting long again, which I am excited about. I don't like sitting on the sidelines. But sitting on the sidelines right now kept me from losing a lot of money trying to go long or short during all this. And you need to always remember, you can hold cash. Trading is not about being active. Trading is about moving when the opportunities are there. And right now, the opportunity isn't quite there, at least for me, but it is coming up really hard and fast. Now, if you just have to buy something, if you got your money burning a hole in your pocket, as my dad would say, you can take a look at APPS. This one just got a buy signal today. Now, this is not one that I would normally trade because it's only like a couple dollars or so, but I did look at this earlier and I was very impressed by this buy and sell signal that came, right? This buy signal on July 1st, and then the sell signal came around August 2nd. It was up 44 percentage points, 44% in the span of 22 days. David says, NVIDIA looks interesting as well. I missed that one. I think NVIDIA did get a buy signal today, didn't it? Or yesterday. Let's take a look over there. In fact, let's go look at the tech sector breadth. Yes, it did. Very cool, Dave. Thanks for mentioning that. All right, NVIDIA right here. You can see we got a buy signal today. This buy and sell signal, it went from around 83 to 120. What's that? What was the math on that? NVDA. Oh yeah, I already got this on here. Went from around 83 on May 1st to the sell signal. What day was that sell signal? June 11th? Yeah, June 11th. Let me remove this. 46% on that last buy and sell signal here. That's pretty outrageous. So yeah, NVIDIA is definitely looking good. Now, Dave, to your point, the moving averages are not quite crossed over here. They're really close. Give it a few more days and it definitely will cross over, mathematically speaking, if it continues to move higher. If it moves lower, they won't cross. Now, you've got earnings right here. Now, this actually could be great. I do love playing into earnings. Dave, because you can get a good sense of momentum here. But I don't recommend holding through earnings unless you've already built up a nice profitable cushion. Let's see here. But NVIDIA, yeah, buy and hold on this one. Or no, outlier on this one, 1,500%. That's tremendous. Now, I did want to also mention, since we talked about a buy signal, a sell signal on Coke. We had a buy signal come through on July 18th. We had a sell signal come through today, August 14th on KO, Coke. I'm drinking a Coke right now, a nice Coke Zero. Yeah, that had a 6% move on the stock. And I always like to, Coke is my one go-to stock when I like to compare. I say exciting stocks like Tesla and boring stocks like Coke. And getting a 6% move in a boring stock like Coke is actually pretty outrageous. So that was a really good signal, but that did have a sell today. So Dave says, nope, I don't hold through earnings either if I can avoid it. The last time, Dave, that I went through earnings was, what was that? Bank of America, just like a month or two ago. Wasn't planning on it, but it was after the bell that I realized earnings were the next day. And I'm like, well, frick, here we are. Let's pray to the market gods that it works. And then it was up 5% the next day. So sometimes it works out, but also sometimes it doesn't. But I wouldn't even dream of putting on an earnings trade unless you've already got a healthy profit worked in your favor. So that's going to wrap it for today's Outlier Trading Room. Thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate seeing you live here every day. And Michael, glad that you joined in. Goran, good to see you again. Dave says, I got screwed on earnings this week on a long-term hold. Lost most of the last 6 months of gains. Oof. Yeah, that super sucks, my friend. But you know what? Live to fight another day with the right position size. Y'all have a fantastic afternoon. See you right back here tomorrow. Talk soon.